Well, so I grew up in Africa. I grew up in parts of the world where diversity was evil, and the goal was to eliminate it
Hmm.
in humanity. But my firm core belief is that humans are created and built different on purpose. We are built to be different because it drives innovation. It drives, I mean, evolution wouldn't occur without diversity. So diversity is in a built-in, inherent, purposeful part of the universe. It's awesome. Well, but it's inevitable that if there's diversity, there's going to be conflict because we see things different, we do things different, we have different approaches. So if diversity is on purpose and part of the grand design, then conflict has to also be. It's also part of so I like to say conflict is the energy source that is inherent. We were given it, and it is the most plentiful energy source that we have as a function of our diversity. But where I don't like a lot of DEI initiatives is they try to get rid of the conflict.
Right.
And that's the problem. The conflict is the source of energy. That's not the enemy. The enemy is the drama, not the conflict. So this is where we have to steward conflict through compassion to really include people and really maximize the possibilities in DEI initiatives. I think good intentions, but it falls flat, and we lose all the potential when we try to get rid of the conflict.
So I think this is a perfect explanation. There's an old study done by Robin Ely and a bunch of colleagues that I may have quoted more than anybody else in the entire universe because it's fascinating to me. And they took teams of this was in a bank, but it doesn't matter. They took teams for which we could measure performance.
Mhm.
So I can know, is that team performing or not performing? And then we're going to take a measure of the diversity that's on the team. And they looked at both gender as well as ethnic diversity. And it's an all white team with black. It could be an all black team
Mhm.
with a white person, would have been the same level of lack of diversity. So we're looking for nice round of diversity. And then the question is, do the diverse teams perform better than the others? And the answer is sometimes, and sometimes worse. And the sometimes perform better is when they have a thing called a learning culture, which for me is a place in which they are willing to say, here's what I think, here's how I
Mhm.
think it.
Mhm.
We can talk about it. If I put it in
Yep.
your language, what that means is we're allowing the conflict, we're not trying to silence it, and we're using it in a compassionate way
Mhm.
as opposed to in a drama like way.
I couldn't agree more. And it's learning cultures are epitomized by safety, curiosity, and consistency.